All right, how's it going, gamers? Today I'm playing Avowed, and I want to talk about the discourse around this game. And I also want to talk a little bit about this channel, because I made it with the idea that I would like ramble on it, and I didn't do it. But I also made it before I started making longer videos on Spattins. So the idea was I was going to do longer stuff on here, and then shorter stuff on Spattins, and then I just mixed the two on Spattins, which turned out okay. So, yeah, apologies for that, because I do start a lot of channels, and then don't really fulfill on them entirely, and that's my bad. I kind of have a life philosophy of it's better to start things and then stop doing them than not start things, so I tend to just do things, and then if I don't like go through with them entirely, I don't beat myself up too much for it. I do a little bit, because if I didn't know, I would do a lot of dumb things. But I want to talk about Avowed, okay? Because Avowed has had some interesting discourse around it. I'm currently playing right now, by the way, just so we're all on the same page if I stop talking or something. Avowed has had interesting discourse in a pretty negative way. I say interesting more in like a brain dead kind of way, because a lot of the discourse in this game is, I think, just like really unfair. Like a lot of people like have issues with like bugs. I haven't had any like major bugs yet. I have like 12, 13 hours in the game, and I've never had any major bugs. So if you've had major bugs, I get why that would, be a problem for you. I understand why that upset you, especially if you played the game and were enjoying it. I've had bugs in games like this before. Like famously in my life, okay? Bethesda games are like the buggiest things for me. I routinely end up breaking them somehow in a way that lets me not play the game. Like I can't beat it. And then every time I look up the bug I had, it was always something stupid from the last game, which really irritated me. Like I had some bug in Starfield where like I got locked into my ship, and it was a Fallout 4 bug, which was really stupid. But anyways, besides bugs, a lot of people have had, I think, unfair complaints about this game. Like, for one thing, like, let me find an NPC real quick. People have complained about the NPCs not being how they want them to be. Like, you can't kill the NPCs. And maybe I missed something, but, like, I don't remember ever the game making this promise that you could, like, fucking kill NPCs or some shit. Like, I don't remember this being promised or showcased or whatever. God, wow. When I need an NPC, they're fucking nowhere. I'm just dealing with mobs. God damn it. All right, I'm gonna cut to when I find an NPC. Okay, so one of the complaints was you couldn't like just kill NPCs, which like, yeah, you can't just like randomly kill NPCs. It's not that kind of game. But that's like a complaint that people have. And it's like, okay, it's not that kind of game. I wonder if it's really just because of like Kingdom Come Deliverance came out recently, the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and in that game you can kind of like do whatever you want. Like you could kind of do whatever you want with NPCs. So I don't know if that game coming out gave people some expectation that that game was going to be like this game, but I just think that's an unfair thing to complain about, really, because it's not really that kind of game. Like, you had expectations about this game that weren't met, which is like fair, but like, where did the expectation come from? It's really unfair to be like, well, I played these games, so it should be like this game. Like, if it's coming from like Oblivion or something, I guess fair, but like, they're not really trying to make that kind of game. You know, like it's not really the same thing. And I think that there's just like a lot of negativity about this game for like no real reason. Like the Steam reviews are positive, but even positive reviews are like pretty negative. Like the one guy's like, it's like a junk food RPG, and then described why he liked the game. And he was just like, it's easy to digest and it's good. And it's like, why is it junk food then? And I understand that people are generally upset with the gaming industry, because like it's a reasonable thing to be upset about right now. Like AAA studios have not lived up to their price tags at all, and they've been putting microtransactions in every single game, and they've like been slowly upping the price of these microtransactions. I get why people are upset about that kind of stuff. Okay, that makes sense to me. But don't take it out on games that are like unrelated, man. It's not fair. And it's like, if you want more of this stuff to be made, you can't complain about it whenever it's made, because they guarantee you a lot of people that are complaining about this game right now are not going to have the same opinion when the public discourse dies down. They're going to like the game. I think this game's like pretty chill, and I don't usually like these kinds of games. Like, people always told me I should play Skyrim, right? I never could get into Skyrim. I never grabbed onto it. But this game, I feel like it plays way better. Like, the combat, in my opinion, is just better than Skyrim, and that's probably just because Skyrim's kind of old, which is fine. It doesn't have to be perfect, and like plenty of people enjoy that game. But I just feel like Avowed has been unfairly compared in like a lot of aspects to previous games that are called RPGs. It just doesn't make much sense to me, because this game is optimized, it runs well, it has a unique environment, it tries new things. Like, this is what people have been asking for kind of a long time. Now, is it worth $70? That's up to you, man. I think it's too expensive, personally. I got the game for free, to be clear. I probably should have mentioned that like at the start of the video. I'll put it in the description. But like, this is not a Spanish video. It's not as important. But that's it. I am not getting paid by Microsoft. Like, dude, I just uploaded a video like not long ago called like the death of Xbox. Okay, like I am not in their good graces publicly. They have no reason to like give me a key, really. But this game is good, and I don't think it's worth $70. I think it's kind of steep, okay? Like I said, it's up to you, but I still think it's kind of steep. But I think a really fair price for this game would be like $45. I think it's fair, but realistically, this game will go pretty cheap pretty soon. Just wait a little bit, or you can play it on Game Pass for like $12 if you have PC and like whatever it costs on Xbox. I don't know, like they have like 4 tiers or something now. But I think this game is like pretty good, and it's gotten like a lot of unfair negative attention for like really no reason other than people are angry right now. At least that's what it feels like. Like I saw like there's some like woke DEI talk with this game, and it's like, dog, like if you truly care about the woke, you need to see a shrink, man. It is genuinely to a point where like you people are talking about this like it's the boogeyman, okay? Like it's insane. Like, not to get too political, but we have like some fucking actual clowns running shit right now, and you motherfuckers are concerned about the woke. It's honestly unhinged. And the only reason I really bring up the circus currently happening is because like it's connected, okay? Like these people all complain about the woke, okay? The woke mind virus. Like if you ask me, the woke mind virus is seeing woke in everything. Like, it's crazy. Like, these people will see their favorite game and they'll like revisit it and they'll be like, oh my god, I never realized how woke it was. It's like actually a little unhinged, okay? No, I take it back, actually. I take that back, because I'm thinking about this as I'm playing. It's not a little unhinged. It's extremely unhinged, okay? It is just unhinged. Like, it's a video game. It has nice colors, and there's like pronouns at the start of the game. If that is like woke DEI to you, like, dude, I don't know, go outside or something. You probably live in a first world country and you're bitching about that kind of shit. Like, come on. Like, but there's definitely been some people talking about like the woke in this game, which like, yeah, like, you know my take on that, okay? You know my take. And that's really just because there's like a pronoun selector. And then I also think it's because the color scheme for this game is like a pastel kind of theme. Like, it's a lot of lighter pinks and blues and things like that. And like, personally, I like the color scheme of this game. I think it's unique. I think it's pretty cool. I don't like the godlike facial features, though. I'd have to get a video to pull up. And I don't like the facial features because there's just not many of them, and they all kind of suck. I'm not gonna lie. I just picked the bark over your face because I think it looks the best. But like, yeah, they're not great. Like, this game definitely has its shortcomings, like, don't get me wrong. And like, I've installed some mods to fix some issues that I saw in the game. Like, for example, like the weight limit. This is ridiculous. Like, the fact there's a weight limit in this game, because you can just stash items by pressing R. You can just stash them in your camp by pressing R. Like, if I just press R in this, it's in my camp now. So why is there a weight limit? Like, there's some dumb things like that. Don't get me wrong. This game is not perfect, and I do have my issues with it. But given that I typically don't like these kinds of games and have issues getting into them, the fact that I like it is kind of a testament that it's good, at least in my opinion, because, like, yeah, I don't usually like these kinds of games. Or I usually end up breaking them in some way to where I never want to touch them again. Like with Cyberpunk, I broke it where, like, I had... Oops, I fat-fingered that. I had, like, a Pan Am side quest or whatever, or, like, I don't know. I don't even remember if it was a side quest or not, but I had a Pan Am quest. And I would go to Pan Am, and I couldn't do it. It told me the quest was, like, her. I go to her, and it would, like, give me an option to talk to her. It was, like, talk to Pan Am. And I would go to her, and I couldn't talk to her. And it just soft blocked me. And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna play this game anymore if I get soft locked. I did play it around launch, which, like, you know, I should have expected, right? But like, I usually have issues with these kinds of games, and I haven't really had an issue with this kind of game. I saw someone make a video where they really talked about the game in a pretty negative way, and they had an issue where their game bugged out and they can only like run to the right, which like I get why that would upset you and you'd have issues with that. There's also a lot of bears in this game. IGN put that in the review and I tend to agree with them. There's a lot of repeat mobs in general though. Because there's just not a lot of mobs. Like, this game genuinely does have issues. Don't get me wrong. But, like, the things I've seen people complain about are not the things that I think you should complain about. Like, oh, I can't, like, kill the NPCs. It's not that kind of RPG. Like, can you kill fucking NPCs in every RPG? I don't think so. Okay, can you kill them in, like, Final Fantasy or WoW or something? Like, I don't think so. But I feel like a lot of the critiques of this game have been like pretty unfair. Now, if you do have one of these critiques, I don't really blame you, okay? Like, if that's your take, that's your take. I'm not gonna really like get upset about you having an opinion about the game unless it's like the woke DEI thing that I don't like your take and don't respect it at all. But like, if you have a critique about the gameplay and you don't like it, that's fine, okay? We don't have to agree on that. Like, if you don't like the way the game plays, you don't like how the game plays. Like, Tarkov, for example, like, I like Tarkov. Most people don't, okay? And that's fine. We don't have to like Tarkov together because honestly, you probably hate yourself a little bit if you like Tarkov. But like, we don't have to have the same exact like taste in games to like talk about a game realistically. And I feel like a lot of the critiques of this game have been like kind of, I don't know, unrealistic. If you don't like the fact you can't kill NPCs, that's fine. But when did the game tell you could, you know? Like, it just seems like people are complaining about things the game never promised it would do. Like, I don't know, it's weird. And it's kind of interesting to see how much people have like seemingly been split on this game, because like I've seen people say it's like, oh, this game was like Conquered level failure, which is just like objectively not true. Like, Conquered actually had no people playing it. This game has had a pretty substantial amount of people playing it. Like, it's by no means a disappointment to anybody, really. So yeah, comparing it to Conquered, it's genuinely a schizophrenic take. But like, most of the complaints of this game, dude, are like pretty unfounded. Like, the game runs fantastic, which has been a huge issue for AAA games over the last little bit. Like, AAA games have been extremely unoptimized. This game is pretty well optimized. I do have, let's see, let's look at my settings real quick. You can see my settings. Okay, so I'm playing it on ultra wide. I don't know why it says 1440p. It's closer to 4K, even though it doesn't say it is. Maybe this is a resolution it's actually pushing. I don't know. Okay, I am using the LSS and I do a frame gen on. And in this game, it's fine. In Black Myth Wukong, I don't know why the frame gen looked really bad for me. Like, it actually, like, it just didn't look right. In this game, I haven't had an issue with it. Maybe it's because I'm pushing a higher baseline FPS, because when I don't have it on, it's about like 90 FPS usually. Yeah, like, this game runs well. The combat's smooth. It's fun to play. It looks good. Like, there's some issues. Don't get me wrong, okay? But overall, this is like a solid game. This is what people have been complaining for, okay? And we finally get it, and what happens? Oh, it's a big failure like Conquered. Really? Like, are you out of your mind? It's not even close to a failure like Conquered, bro. I don't get it. But yeah, a lot of the discourse about Avowed seems to be more about what it isn't over what it is. Which I think is just like kind of stupid. It's just like it's like they didn't promise you this. Okay, this is actually fucking me up a little bit. Hold up. One second. I gotta lock in. Hold up. And like, I'm not like super far into the game or anything. Like, I'm like level 10 or something. But like, I'm having a good time with this game, and I really don't understand why everyone hates it so much. Now, if you paid $70 for it, I understand why you're disappointed. Or if you paid $100, I understand why you're disappointed. I really just don't think the outrage is warranted towards this game at all. This game is like pretty solid, and I'm honestly pretty happy that a studio did something a little different, okay? Like, I've had enough COD clones. I don't need more Call of Duties or something. We don't need more games like Call of Duty. We don't need more empty voids of existence. Having a game with character is a good thing. I support games with character, okay? I want more games with character. And also, every interaction I've had with an NPC has been voiced, okay? How many games do that now? It's not super common anymore. From what I can tell, this game has had a lot of care put into it, and it's just kind of weird that people hate it so much. I think it's a solid game. I think people are kind of like fake upset a little bit, okay? I think some people are a little bit fake upset, okay? Because like, the only thing that could have set off people like this is honestly the start where they had pronouns, bro. Like, I don't know what else it could be, bro. The game's not bad, okay? But yeah, that's been this video. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you want me to do more of this where I just ramble? I'll actually upload it more often than not, because at this point, my brain, I need to vent my thoughts more because things have gotten more insane. But yeah, I think it'd be good to upload like this every once in a while where I just ramble. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you like Avowed? Do you hate it? Honestly, I don't know how you could hate this game, man. I think it's pretty solid. Also, you can slide. You can slide. There's like parkour. There's like parkour functions. There's guns. There's magic. Like, I don't know how you hate this game. Like, dude, like there's guns and magic. Also, the magic is sick. Look at this. Look at this. This is cool. I don't know how you could hate this. Like, I really don't know how people hate this game. I understand having gripes, but Jesus, man, hating it like people have been hating it, I don't know, man. That's crazy. I think it's a solid game. I don't know why people are so pissed. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Goodbye.